like, share, and subscribe. And ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And it's a News Patrol video. I'm always kind of amazed. That we have more news. I kind of view this as a lame duck session. Actually, to be frank, I thought this was going to be the end of Doctor Who. I didn't think anybody was going to be taking up the baton from Chris Chibnall. I don't think Chris Chibnall thought so either from the news that we saw. I didn't think anybody thought they'll take up the baton from him. And then Russell Davies came on. But I really thought Doctor Who was going to be winding down now. We're going to be dealing with, essentially the cancellation of it. Thankfully, I'm wrong. It's like, I always think it's good news when I'm wrong, quite frankly, because I'm kind of a depressive person in my predictions. I am talking about the end of the world. And boy, I've been going on about that for 18 months? Doesn't look like I've been far wrong, have I? I'm laughing at the end of the world. That's weird. Anyway, I think of it more at the beginning of the world. Anyway, like, share, subscribe. All those things are very, very good. We've got a bunch of stories to get to. One story I'm not sure I'm going to get to is, with the end of the Jodie Whittaker era, there's a weird group of fans. I'm not even sure they're fans, but activists that came into fandom with Jodie Whittaker. Saw the casting of a woman playing the Doctor is very important, right? Very, very important. And anybody who in any way complained about it, even if it was absolutely awful, as it turned out to be, had to be stomped down and destroyed. And kind of that's what they were like. They were kind of in control for a long time. Anyway, they're unraveling, right? The whole narrative is totally unraveling, and so are they. And so there's just this weird stuff going on Twitter. We might get to, right? I don't know if it's even worth the time, going over it. But I haven't totally noticed, that weird group of people have been a lot more noisy, and I think they're just gonna get noisier and noisier as everything they believe is proved wrong, right? It's everything, which is, I think, really what's going on. I think they're just gonna get noisier and noisier, unfortunately. But what can you do? They just sound a little bit more, more ridiculous all the time. I've got a lot more people like, else the word, hate watching my videos now. It's weird, right? I've had a bunch of people in the comments I'm like, listen, firstly, thank you for watching. I very much appreciate it. Thank you for the watch. Want to comment? That's great. By the way, hit the like button, even if you are hate watching. I like to be liked, but even more, do I like it more? No, I like to be liked more than this, but I do like people hitting the like button, even if they really hate me. Now, listen, if you really hate me and you hate watching, you want to hit the like button. You don't want me to go away. You want to hear somebody to, see all their evil heresies you can pour your bile and hatred into. So hit the like button today to give, because I'm clearly entertaining you. Like, share, subscribe. Oh, subscribe as well. And again, you hate watching. You don't want to miss any of this, right? You don't want to miss any of this. And I'm going to be really unfair to Jodie over the last couple of, so you're not going to want to miss any of it. So like, share, subscribe. I'm really not, actually. I just, I don't really think I can. I'm not very good at being, am I very good at being unfair? If I think it's funny. If I think it's funny, then I can be unfair. Otherwise, I prefer to be fair. Anyway, like, share, subscribe, comment. Do let me know what you think on these ridiculous stories that we're going to be talking about. Substack, sign up to my Substack. It's my email newsletter. The link is in the video notes. Thank you very much. And NFTs that are coming. The fog of overwork is finally lifting. Thank God, I've been busy. So hopefully those NFTs will be coming. I'm actually aiming on doing 2 this month, although I only got 2 weeks left of the month to go. So NFTs are coming for the paid Substack only. You poor people on the free one will have to put up with the free comics I give you all the time. So, what can you do? New Adventures books and all those kind of things. So like, share, subscribe, comment, Substack. All those things are Fandabby and Double Dozy. So let's start looking at the news, shall we? Let's start at this story first. No, we're not doing that story first. We're doing this story first, because a bit of luck happened. They do say the good Lord doth indeed move in mysterious ways. So normally when I record a video, I edit it up and have it uploaded and ready to go out. I recorded this video yesterday on March 15th. It's March 16th now. And I just didn't have time to edit it and upload it to the YouTube today. Not like me. But then I saw there's a new news story, which we really, really do have to talk about. because it's kind of Doctor Who-y in many ways. Before we go on to the other stories, and the story I really hope is kind of true. So let's go over here first. Right, it's at the Express. Doctor Who, Jodie Whittaker replaced by Outlander store as they drop subtle TARDIS clue. Really? Now, listen, I'm hoping they're talking about, what's the name? The bloke who plays... I only saw the first couple of seasons. The guy clearly based on Jamie McCrimmon, right? The guy clearly based on very dishy guy. Would have been a good James Bond. Little bit young, but very dishy guy. So I hope they're talking about him. I don't think they are. Doctor Who fans have been eagerly waiting to find out who will be taking over the role from Jodie Whittaker as the new Doctor. No, we've been more eagerly waiting to see this Doctor leave. Right, this Doctor leave. And now Outlander store, Alexander Vlahos has become the latest star to throw the hat in the ring. So I don't know the veracity of this, but Alexander Vlahos is a great piece of casting. If you want to hear him, I go to Big Finish, which is you should know about if you like Doctor Who. He stars in the Dorian Gray range, which is awesome. It's very different. It's very adult. Okay, it's I think one of the most adult range of not BBC that Big Finish does. But it's not. I would say it's PG-13. Be honest with you, maybe 15. I don't know. But he's very good in that. Like he's very good in that. And he obviously came into Outlander after I stopped watching it. So what is this story about? BBC sci-fi drama Doctor Who is preparing to say goodbye. Well, it's not really goodbye. More good riddance. To Jodie Whittaker. She wraps up her time in Doctor Who. The next person in the iconic role, Jodie announced her departure in July 2021. Well, the Mirror announced it 6 months earlier. Well, I think 7 months earlier. And expressed they shared the time of her life whilst destroying the show. That's good for you, Dara. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Well, fans speculate who they want to see appear and she regenerates in an upcoming episode this year. We're not seeing who she's regenerating into. I firmly believe we're not seeing that. Alexander Vlahos has dropped a subtle hint. He could be the next Time Lord. What is his subtle hint? Taking to his Instagram account, Alexander posted an image of himself propped up against a dark blue pub that resembled the iconic TARDIS. He reads, "Just imagine." Ooh. Do you think? I think he might have auditioned. This blue pub I'm leaning on is actually the TARDIS. See it? Yes, me too. Looks longingly at the BBC. So let's have a look at this picture, shall we? Where is it? I guess, really. I mean, is he like? Is this a way of him saying he wants a role? Is it? I don't know. My new Doctor Who favorite. I definitely can see it. I mean, I can definitely see it. He's a bit white and male. It'll freak a lot of people out. Is he gay? I mean, look, for his sake, I hope so. Somebody else said, "Is this a hint or just wishful thinking?" They will be lucky to have you, said Richard Rankin fans. Okay. Well, I said, yes, it's manifest this. And somebody else said, "Will be amazing to see you as Doctor Who." I think it would be, right? Me thinking of the TARDIS before reading this caption, I feel seen. Okay. But that's really it. Reportedly, production on notes have leaked that it's the next person playing the Doctor's going to be a lead. That was fake. That was literally a fake thing, right? Okay. So that's that story. Look, I hope so. I very much hope so. They all sound like bollocks, right? They all sound like bollocks. We're not going to know until we know. Speaking of things that sound like bollocks, let's go back to our originally scheduled broadcast. Oh, really? Yeah, who'd have thought this story would be bollocks, right? Like, really? I thought you could take this to the bank. Catherine Tate. So the rumour was Catherine Tate and David Tennant are coming back for the 60th anniversary over a number of specials, but not to play Donna Noble and the 10th Doctor. I guess Catherine Tate will be playing Donna Noble and David Tennant will be the 10th Doctor. But not to play them, right? Not to play them, to play new characters. Now listen, I can see David Tennant coming back. I think that makes sense. As the 10th Doctor, I mean, who knows what he's planning? Who knows what Russell Davies is planning? But Catherine Tate coming back? I mean, she likes the character. She likes Donna. I mean, if you ever heard the Big Finish box set, Donna Noble Kidnapped, really good, okay? That's really good. And he's very good in it as well. But this rumor just sounds like bollocks from the beginning. So apparently it is. Catherine Tate addresses Doctor Who. It's going to take me a long time before I can say Doctor Who without it being a Jodie dog. Doctor Who! Like, if I ever had to say, I always wondered what it felt like. I'm going to say it exactly like how she did at the end of the first episode of Flux. I always wondered how it felt like, how it would feel like. I wish I had that in my real life, right? What is that, Jodie? The end of the universe! You started to forget it, haven't you? You know what I'm thinking of doing? Okay. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do this. And I think I will, actually, because it sounds really funny. So, for the Star Trek Discovery and Star Trek Picard, I do these in-depth recaps and reviews. I have like 300-400 screen grabs for it, and I go through the whole thing and take the piss as I go, because there's a lot to take the piss out. Actually, Star Trek Discovery is too bloody depressing. Oh, I just wanted to be over it. So awful. So I thought, you know what? Why don't we go back and do that for the bestest of Jodie, right? Why don't we go back and relive some of those old classics? You know, the one where was it the Demons of the Punjab, Rosa? It's really well worth going over Rosa again, because you forget how really bad it was, right? You forget the really bad decisions. Can you hear me? Orphan 55. I don't know. It means I gotta watch them again. I really don't want to, but okay, let me know if you think it'll be funny. If you think it'll be funny, let me know in the comments. I will do it for you, okay? Because I think that was fun. Anyway, Catherine Tate addresses Doctor Who return rumours ahead of 6th anniversary. If you got the money, I got the time. Okay, Catherine. It seems like you probably have more money that you wouldn't have to say that, but okay. Well, let's see what she's got to say. Catherine Tate responded to the rumours that she's going to reprise her role in Doctor Who, and it sounds like she's keen. I thought this was going to say she's not. I mean, she's keen, but she probably hasn't heard about it. And the rumour wasn't like she's going to reprise her role. She's going to play a whole new role, right? That wasn't the rumour. Well, anyway. Catherine played Donna Noble in season 4 of the BBC science fiction show, and has also appeared in the 2nd and 3rd series. So she played it in... whatever. Okay. She was in season 3? No, she wasn't in season 3. It was season 4. Oh, wait. Season 1 was Eccleston Rose. Season 2 was Tennant Rose. Season 3 was Martha, right? She wasn't. She turned up at the end. Yeah. What? Yeah. Then you had Runaway Bride was at the end of. Was it? It was at the end of which Christmas special? No, it was at the end of Tennant's first year, wasn't it? Rose had just left. Right. So I guess. Whatever. In March 2021, Doctor Who fans were sent into a frenzy of a speculation that she would return in Series 13. I don't even remember that rumour. Well, that was bollocks after Jodie Whittaker was spotted filming with the new co-star John Bishop. So what's that got to do with Catherine Tate? Really? Yeah, Jodie Whittaker was spotted filming with co-star John Bishop. So we think Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise and Jennifer Lawrence is in Doctor Who. What? Okay, the comedian 52. Well, why put her age in? That's not very polite. I have to tell you. The comedian 52, who looks pretty darn good for 52. I'm glad you're doing well, darling. Made an appearance on the One Show earlier today to promote the forthcoming flick, the Nan movie. Listen, I hope she makes money with it, but I think Nan is one of the worst bits of Catherine Tate, right? It seems a bit like what's the word I'm looking for? Catchphrase driven, right? Which made catch a much loved foul-mouthed elderly character Nan when she was asked about the rumors during the chat. Jermaine Jenis, what a weird name, questioned whether she might return for the 60th anniversary. He asked, "There's a rumor you might return for the 60th anniversary." Well, you're still talking about the rumor she was returning for Flux just now. Is there? I probably started a lot of them, but what can I tell you? She replied, "No, I wish it was. No one has been in touch if they have." I'm on the same number, I'd like to say, says Catherine Tate. So if you got the money, I got the time. Well, darling, I think your career's doing better than that, frankly. As well as that, Catherine will be on our screens in the upcoming Netflix mockumentary series Hard Sell, which had been directed by EastEnders Cheryl Ferguson. Okay, I just watched The Adam Project. That was really good. Man, that was really, really good. I like that a lot. Big recommend for me, actually. I should do a review of that. I have an appointment in about 40-odd minutes, so I doubt I'm going to have time to record that. Maybe I'll record that review today. I don't know. Netflix confirms the news on Twitter along with the official release date. Said Catherine's brand new documentary-style comedy set in a female prison hard sell comes April 12th. I am so watching that. That's going to be hilarious. Or Netflix got in trouble. Man, criminal charges have been brought against Netflix for the pervy pedo movie, Cuties. I'm trying to remember them. Sorry, it's not off the top of my head. I don't like, the pedo movies don't normally stick in my brain that much, So that's fun for Netflix. Fine. On to the next story. I think let's do a bit of Arthur Darvill. Oh no, not that one. Let's do a bit of Arthur Darvill action. Okay, here we go. Arthur Darvill. This is going to send people into a frenzy, no doubt. So let me make sure the sound's turned up. This is a 9-second clip. Okay, 9-second clip, speculating on who would be the next Doctor. I think after Matt Smith, right? And boy, if this clip gets out, he's cancelled. He's cancelled beyond cancelled. Let's hear what he has to say, asking about who should be the next Doctor.
Older, and I don't know who that should be.
Oh, he says, okay, older. If this was Capaldi before Capaldi, then I guess he's doing well. He looks very actory, doesn't he, there? Arthur Darvill.
What about a woman?
I mean, okay, before we go into the question, what about a woman? Arthur Darvill is incredible because his career is basically based on playing an everyman, playing a normal person that you could, relate to. And whenever he's not acting, he looks like a poncy bloody actor. I don't know what to tell you, Arthur, mate. Let's go back here a little bit. So what about a woman?
What about a woman?
Maybe a woman, but I suppose it could be a woman. I don't know. I think it is a male part, though.
Yeah, that's kind of been my opinion all the way bloody through. That was my opinion when I first heard about a female Doctor. Yeah, it could be a woman. Yeah, I mean, sure, it just seems like it's a male part. And I think that would have been the trick to making it work, which, let's be fair, it hasn't, okay? It has not worked. Let's be 100% fair. By whatever metric you want, other than crazy people who live on Twitter who froth about it and don't spend any money in merchandise and don't particularly like it. Other than those people, it's been a bit of a failure. Fine, so Catherine Tate ain't coming back. Arthur Darvill thinks Doctor Who is a male role. I think Arthur Darvill may be correct there. I think he may well be correct. Let's have a look at this story, though. This one's a funny one. Jodie Whittaker hints at Bradley Walsh's return, Doctor Who return. I thought this was a done deal. I thought it's already back. I mean, I would be surprised if he doesn't turn up for a scene in Jodie's last episode. I mean, the way they built up how strong the emotional bonds of the fam is funny. Be weird if Tosin Cole doesn't show up, right? That'd be really strange. I saw the trailer for his new TV show on HBO Max. Well, what a shock! It's about a black person facing oppression in 60s, 50s. Wow, that's new ground. We haven't been over that before. But yeah, I always assumed, assumed he was going to come back. Jodie Whittaker against Bradley Walsh's return for Doctor Who return on a podcast with co-star John Bishop. Whittaker lets something slip. It worked. you want to be more careful, darling. Well, we're still a few months away, and it's a painful, agonising, long few months, right? It's a very long few months. Jodie Whittaker's final Doctor Who episode is coming soon. And even if there was nothing coming afterwards, I'll still be saying thank God. Right? I mean, I was made out. Listen, I lived through the 90s. I thought Doctor Who was fine then. I like the New Avengers. I like Big Finish. People say, oh, you want to watch out, you might end up with no Doctor Who. No Doctor Who is better than the Jodie Whittaker Doctor Who. It was horrible. Right? It's one thing for it to be cancelled. It's another thing to be brought back and made into a travesty of its own self. Right? That's a bad combination. Jodie, the upcoming episode, Jodie Whittaker's episode is coming soon, with fans around the world furiously speculating what the centenary special could include. We know what it's going to include. We know it's going to include the Fob Watch. We know it's going to include wrapping up Time and Dr. Ruth and all the Chibnall bullcrap, right? Really? Does anybody not know that? No, we all do know that. Will Sasha the One's Master make an appearance? Yes, obviously. Could Jo Martin's Doctor have a story either concluded or forgotten forever? Right, she could be like the women hiding their faces, who were clearly supposed to be the weeping angels and the Doctor's mother. I never thought the Doctor's mother thing was a good idea. That's why I thought Lung Barrow was way better, right? Because Lung Barrow was all about how the Time Lords were loomed instead of born, and I just thought that worked better. Doctor's mother just never really worked for me. And will we see the next Doctor or David Tennant arrive at the end? No. Or will we have to wait to 2023? Yes. There's going to be no connective tissue in my uneducated opinion about, well, not uneducated, my ignorant opinion. It's different. I have quite an educated opinion about Doctor Who. I spent enough bloody time thinking about it and watching it. But in my ignorance, I have no facts. I doubt there's going to be any connective tissue whatsoever between the Jodie Whittaker era, which is just, I mean, what can I tell you? She's been the Joe Biden of Doctor Who's. She's been worse than Joe Biden. She's been the Kamala Harris of Doctor Who's. Oh, my God. I've noticed, by the way, that Michael Burnham from Star Trek, and why is she called Michael, does the same thing as Kamala Harris. And when she wants to show emotion, she does that, like, shaky thing in her voice and then gains control. Okay, it just makes it sound like they're putting on a show to me. For now, those questions remain unanswered. Really, it's like questions that nobody cares about, right? I mean, I don't know. Who cares? But that doesn't mean we've not learned anything. Oh, no, let's be sly. In fact, this week, Jodie Whittaker herself, the glorious Jodie Whittaker herself, seemed to have confirmed a persistent rumor about her regeneration episode, namely the former series companion Bradley Walsh, who departed in 2021, will be back for a send-off. Again, well, it seems like, reasonably sure. The hint came in a conversation with current Doctor Who co-star John Bishop on the latter's Three Little Word podcast as the pair reminisced about their final day's film together. Now, this is like they got on for a while. You know what? We can play this. Well, let's read it. I'm not sure they have this bit in there, but we're gonna watch the video in a minute as well. We had a moment when we finished Doctor Who. We had a moment, Alov, when we finished Doctor Who. We went out for dinner and we're talking about it, and I just burst out crying, said Bishop. Oh, really? You're like, oh God, what have we done? No, not like that. Because of these relations that we established with people, I wasn't expecting to establish it. I understand they're all really nice, okay? They've all been super, super, really, really nice. There was me, Mandip, Brad. Oh, this was Jodie Whittaker. Okay, let's change it a sec. You know what? Let's just watch the video. That's probably going to make my life easier. This is Doink. Okay, it's right after this. The sound turned up, sounds turned up. Let's go!
We had a moment when we finished Doctor Who and we went out for the dinner.
I tell you, I may be... Oh, God, look at the face! Stop! Oh, she's so stunning and brave. Really? If you don't look at the screen, please look at the screen. We went out for dinner. Oh, we're talking. But before I noticed her face, I was thinking about how good my impersonation of John Bishop was for not having heard it. Fine. So we went over dinner. Oh, they're so emotional. Oh, Icky Thump.
And we got talking.
Oh God, she's getting worse. Stop it. No.
About it, and I just burst out crying.
What do they put? Do they put LSD in your food? What the hell? What? Why? What? Why?
We were doing one of these episodes when I had to do my audition. So I did it upstairs on a phone, a Zoom audition. So I did that, and obviously because I'm not a trained actor, I hadn't learned the lines. I had the phone.
Okay, dude. I'm not a trained actor either, but I know if I got to do an audition. I mean, look, you're closer to show business than me. What you think they're just making up for themselves? You don't think there are lines? Okay. OMG, says Geordie. Oh, fine.
No, God. Yeah. Oh, obviously, because I'm lazy.
No, it's not. It's just because
Who's that?
I blue-tacked my phone to the wall, and then I blue-tacked the lines either side of the phone, so it looked like I was looking off, thinking and acting. Anyway, got through that, and then I had to go.
Well, wait. Okay, stop. Let's back this up for a second. You did your audition, and you're reading from your phone. You don't think to print it out. You don't have a printer. So wait. You blew. Oh no. I say you blue-tacked your phone to the wall, and then you. Why didn't you use this setup? You got right here. This is perfect. What the hell? Okay.
Go and do an audition on set, and on set, and a chemistry thing with you, and it was
not just any set.
That's what I mean. I was going. I walked someone.
Oh God, I hate how she's so smug about the time. Like, oh God, everything about Doctor Who is just like things to show off for Jodie Whittaker. Right? Everything about Doctor Who is things to go, oh, look at me, I'm the Doctor. Why didn't you try being the bloody Doctor? Oh, God, it's like that Seinfeld routine, right? Well, not routine, episode, where they haven't kept the car reservation for us. And anyone can take the reservation. Yeah, it's keeping the reservation. It's actually doing the job.
They said on set, I thought I'm going down to Cardiff, and he said, no, you're doing it on the TARDIS. I'm going through the door of the TARDIS. I remember saying to you, if I don't get past this, this'll do. This'll do.
Yeah. I where did you think it would be? It's for Doctor Who. I have to say, though, something I really enjoyed is, what's the name of that thing? Oh, it was in London, then they moved it to Cardiff. It was with the Matt Smith TARDIS. There was like a little show, the cracking time opened up, you went into it, and then you went into the TARDIS, and it was freaking incredible, right? They did like a Pepper's Ghost thing, so you couldn't see the back of it, and that was incredible. What was the name of that thing? Oh, I can't remember. Too long ago now.
Yeah. But that day was the moments I did get nervous, because I'm walking from the trailer, walking on, and I'm thinking...
I mean, who else were they auditioning for the role, right? They clearly wanted somebody who could play a human being, right, to offset Mandip Gill and Jodie Whittaker, right? So somebody who like would have some idea what a human being would look and sound like. I don't know. Maybe they'll bring Bradley Walsh in with the moustache and say somebody else.
This is not my world.
No.
Darling, it's not Jodie's world either, mate. It's not Jodie's world either.
And all of a sudden, I'm like somebody who plays tennis, and someone turns around and says, do you fancy having a kickabout with Liverpool?
It's like it's a bit like me.
What? He's somebody who plays tennis, and then suddenly, do you want to have a kickabout with Liverpool? What? I mean, I guess if you're like that makes more sense if you're like kicking a football around with your son and says, hey, do you want to pay for Liverpool? What? Okay.
My first comedy gig being at the O2.
Yeah.
That's what it's like.
Yeah.
That's the analogy that stands.
At least you wouldn't hear any heckling.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. I understand why they think it's so big, right? I understand why they think Doctor Who is so incredibly, incredibly huge, because He used to be until Jodie Whittaker showed up. The Doctor is so huge, it survived the train wreck that is Jodie Whittaker.
Big.
That's right.
And you know that, and you were welcoming, and it worked, and we
cool,
landed.
lovely. This is the thing. This is what I think is. It's not like walking onto a set where you go, because particularly in this, if you can't play in Doctor Who, and you can't. I mean, some people have been up since 4, getting like.
Okay, it's not play. It's not play. It's a job, right? It's a job. You may enjoy it. Like David Tennant really enjoyed it because he knew what the character. Peter Capaldi really enjoyed it. Matt Smith enjoyed it too because he knew what the character was. I don't think Chris Eccleston enjoyed it much, right? I think it was there. Hey, I'm doing a job of work, me. I'm gonna. Although he says the only time he ever worked out what he's supposed to do with the Doctor is with. Was it the Doctor dances, right? When he finally got Moffat's scripts, it, oh, this is the character, and you can see kind of like. Worked out how to play him from that moment on, right? I wish you did that the first block. That would have been awesome. Yeah, listen, I understand. It's wonderful. You had so much fun, but you're there to do a job of work, and you have so incredibly failed in that job.
Prosthetics and, contact lenses put in. If they then walk on set to a restrictive, cold, standoffish, or slightly, I don't know, like
You've got to take the edge off it,
the over importance of it all. Whereas actually, the better scenes were the ones where things went.
So wait. So she's saying that the reason they had to piss around and not take anything seriously because it was too important and it was too big, too big, and they needed to bring it down a bit, right? Okay.
Wrong, or there were loads of us, and we'd all.
Meanwhile, I haven't a word about Bradley Walsh yet. How long ago was that? It was like half an hour ago. Somebody mentioned it.
We'd all end up laughing about something completely irrelevant, and then you.
Yeah, because nobody's focusing. Can you imagine if anybody just focused on the script and wait a minute. Why does Yaz have mental problems like that? Shouldn't they build that up? No. Wait a minute. If the Doctor's a timeless child, doesn't make everything else not make sense. No, they didn't think about that. Too busy having a laugh. I'm fine for you having a laugh, but you're there to do a job of bloody work, darling, and you didn't do it.
And you go into the city and all that energy, but it just like brings it.
We had a moment when we finished Doctor Who, and we went out for the dinner, and we got talking about it, and I just...
Oh, wait. Now they just... Okay, now they got talking about it, they just started crying. This is weird. Look, I'm John, mate, you could have walked away from this relatively unscathed, right? But no, don't drink on the corner. Don't believe the press. It's not a tearful farewell. Everyone is glad to see the back of all of you, right? There's no emotion is involved in this, apart from the couple hundred people who bloody made it.
I just burst out crying. Because I thought this...
Because I'm a massive pussy. I mean, like, somebody had to say it, and you're welcome.
These relationships that I'd established with people that I wasn't expecting to establish.
Because it was like, there was me, Mandy.
Yeah, I thought I'd hate all of you. I can understand that.
Brad and you, and we were in this, like, private dining room.
Oh, that's why they let out. So she's having dinner with Bradley Walsh, and they're in a private dining room, of course, because, they're too special.
Weren't we? Yeah. And we just all became completely over emotional. Brad
oh, what, really? You, Jodie, completely over emotional? Brad dived up and started giving you a massive hug.
Dived up, started giving you a massive hug. Yeah. We just all... Beautiful. Because also what we were upset and why we were all...
I mean, again, this would make a lot more sense if they hadn't done such a crushingly awful job, right? It's like, I don't know, imagine this thing with Russia and Ukraine sorts itself out and the Russians leave Ukraine. It's never going to happen. But like, imagine that happens. And then they all say, oh, I'm so sorry to see you go. Oh, let's give you a big huggy wuggy. It would have been fine if you weren't doing an absolute abomination, But as you were, it's a bit tone deaf, isn't it?
So emotional about it was because there was just so much joy.
Yeah, it was...
Yeah, well, listen. The reason there was so much joy and you were over-emotional about it is because they take all the joy that was in Doctor Who throughout the entire world, right? You've taken that away from everybody, right? And that still joy is here, and it got shrunk down into you few schmucks.
It was joy and also, I think, appreciation and gratitude for having reached that point.
Yeah. I'm free at last! I'm out!
Yeah.
Meeting fellow travellers.
Yeah, but they all...
Still don't know who this guy is. Not a good hat.
Oh, they just laughed at me.
I did. I wasn't laughing at you. I laughed at Brad, who bounced over to you. He was like a little mother hen.
Okay, fine. So she talks extent about having dinner with Brad Walsh. Okay, that's the story. Oh, okay, fine. So let's see how they tie this together. Right, rumours of Brad Walsh have returned and swirled around some photos of the actor on location with Bishop and other... Oh, he's certainly coming back then! Really? Circulated social media, later deleted. I do remember those, yeah, that's true. It's believed the character Graham, who stayed on Earth with his grandson Brian, who we won't be seeing again, I said by the sounds of it, in the Newsday special, Revolution of the Dalek. I still can't believe she got that wrong. I mean, it's been, what, 2 years? It's been literally 2 years since that happened. If you don't know what I'm talking about, is when they was on one of the press junkets and they had her with a bunch of real Doctor Who's. Not Peter Capaldi. He won't have anything to bloody do with it. He had Matt Smith and David Tennant. They're all like laughing and joking. Who was that with? Was it Brian Corden? Okay, Brian. If it is Brian Corden. He played a giant cat in the movie Cats, and he's a bigger pussy on his TV show. Okay, that's a big pussy right there. That's a very big pussy. And no, it was on there. It said, "Oh, I'm going to give you a bit of a spoiler." What can you tell me about the new Doctor Who? Said, "I'll tell you the name. It's called," and I think the name was already released at the time. Revolution of the Dalek. No, Daleks. It's unbelievable that she got that wrong, right? I mean, I wish it was unbelievable, but it's not. May return to bid farewell to Graham. May return to bid farewell to the 30th Doctor shortly before her regeneration into a new actor. She's not regenerating into a new actor, okay? Unless I'm wrong, right? Unless I'm wrong, I doubt she's regenerating. At most, we're going to see her start to regenerate, and it'll be like, it'll be as emotional as Graham and Ryan's leaving scene, which was like as emotional as a brick falling off a wall. It was like clunk. It was nothing, absolutely nothing. Now, without saying it outright, Whittaker may have added more evidence to the case of Walsh's return. Why would she be attending an after-filming dinner with Bishop, Gill, and Whittaker unless he'd been part of that emotional shoot? Oh, God. I'm so sick of it being emotional, right? Can I just hear it not being shit? How about that? How about being unemotional and good, right? You can be emotional. I don't mind you being emotional. But please, does it have to be at the expense of it being watchable, right? And if it was just visiting, he and his friends, he is friends of all three independently. Wouldn't Whittaker and Bishop have mentioned why he was there? No, it's Jodie Whittaker. She hasn't had a thought in her bloody head, does she? No, the only reason they felt need to explain is the reason for the appearances was obvious. They've been there filming all day. Well, obviously, yes. We'll still need to wait for official confirmation, but we're sliding this one into rumors that we basically all know are true and just pretend they are still rumors category. What, like Jodie Whittaker leaving? That was announced for 6 months. Right, that category. Right, okay. Adjust your score seats accordingly. All right, so sounds like Bradley Walsh has come back then. Okay, I think that sounds fair enough. Sounds like Bradley Walsh has come back. What episode is that? I can't remember. You know what? Who cares? So fine. Well, we're not doing bad time. Fine. So I have still got another 15 minutes or so before this appointment. Let's look at what's going on with the crazy people that live on Twitter, right? So the crazy people that live on Twitter, they've been very they've been very het up about this era of Doctor Who, right? And they've been a lot more het up about it not being very successful, right? They've been very upset about it not being very successful at all. And they just becoming more bonkers, and they keep calling other people toxic, and when they were just been horrendous to everybody all around them. A good example is this final story, which I think bears looking at. So somebody put this infographic out, and it's awful, right? It's all written by Gary Gillett, I think, in Doctor Who magazine. an anatomy of a fan, like the fan gene. He did a few different types of fan, trying to work out why people love Doctor Who. But that was kind of an honest piece. This is an angry, bitter, nasty little infographic. And it says a lot more about the person who made it than reality at all, because it's completely devoid of reality. Types of Doctor Who fan starter pack. And you know, I think the takeaway from this is this person doesn't know anything about Doctor Who fans or himself. So the first group of Doctor Who fan is a classic, diehard Doctor Who fan. Tells you off and calls you fake if you haven't seen classic. But I feel like this one should be me, but here's my take on classic on not watching classic Who. I think it's very good. If it's not for you, it's not for you. I thought it would have been really nice during the watch-alongs if Russell Lee Davies and Stephen Moffat did a watch-along commenting on a classic Doctor Who, like what's it called again? The Douglas Adams one. Man, I was just watching it 2 days ago. A cracking time. God, this is killing me. It was right there. Duggan, Paris. For so long, Duggan. I nearly had it there. Skagroth. Okay. I everything about this thing, apart from the name of the story. You know the name of the story. So okay, tells you if you ever seen. So yeah, I thought that would have been good. Always banging on about canon. Kids doesn't feel like me. Grew up watching Tom Baker. That was me. Totally me. Very gatekeeping. Not at all. More the merrier. More the merrier. Just no psycho. Just no evil psychos who calls everybody else a bigot. None of those. Usually older than the rest of the fan base. Well, I think the rest of the fan base is... people in their 50s is kind of a normal group. Either loves New Who or absolutely despises it or doesn't mind it. I mean, I get whatever. Stupid. Just stupid. The Chill. Let's see who this is. Obsessed with at least one female companion. I've never met anybody like this. Hates discourse. Oh, well, this will probably be the Jodie fans. Runs a fact account. Usually seen some classic. Just really loves Doctor Who. Loves every era and acknowledges they all have strengths and weaknesses. Oh, that sounds like a sane person to me, right? The Tumblr fan. Straggler from 2003, or just what stragglers had going on. I have no idea what that even means, right? Still sharing the same mean screenshots that they were at their peak. Again, this is somebody who lives on Twitter. I don't understand this at all. Probably are or were to Super Wholock. We're into Super Wholock. So that would be the Doctor Who Sherlock crossover. Annoying but harmless. Still pissed off about Amy and Rory's ending. Why? Generally quite nice. Well, thank you for that ranking for you. Hardcore River times 11 shipper. This is just people he's met. This person's met. I don't know. This is so bizarre. I mean, again, it'll be cute if it actually had some relation to reality, but it doesn't. RTD era stan. Either makes edits or has a meme account or lurks. Okay, this is somebody who lives on Twitter. Normal people don't live on Twitter. Most of the world don't live on bloody Twitter. Just doesn't like Moffat, Chibnall eras that much. Okay, usually grew up watching Tem. Good sense of humour. Watches Talkswood. Probably gay. Always moaning about crappy writing. Okay. We're going to work out what this is about at the last one. We're nearly there. The incel. Now, this he's totally talking about me in this one. Yeah, can be found mostly on Facebook. No, weirdo creepos like you ran everybody off Facebook. Right? They're just like, I don't you remember going onto Facebook when Jodie just started and go, wow, Arachnid in the UK was a really bad episode. And they're like, and that was really the level of discourse you got. They bad! It's funny. I was banned from a Doctor Who forum because I wasn't kind. I'm like, but isn't banning me not being kind as well? You're just letting one person talk another. Anyway, and I was like, I am the curator of a Doctor Who forum on Facebook that has over 2,000 members. I'm like, dude, I've got more subscribers than you. But okay, whatever. So fine. Can usually be found on mostly on Facebook. No, most people have left Facebook. Who don't agree with the bot? Whatever the body said. Despises the 13 stand. Well, I think most people do, really. Probably obsessed with 12 or Sim Master for some reason. Okay. Usually fairly sexist. Again, why? They didn't like Jodie. Edgelord. Again, they must be talking about me at this point. Not my doctor. Hashtag not though. That's what they call me. Even though I never use that hashtag. Not my doctor. Talks about Jenna Coleman like she's a piece of meat. You mean they're sexually aroused by Jenna Coleman? Now, I have to tell you, Jenna Coleman has never really turned me on, right? Most of the modern era companions really haven't turned me on. Still, the one I would like to sleep with most, and I'm not really that much into sleeping with her, would be Catherine Tate, right? Absolutely. Now, do I talk about Perry like she's a piece of meat? No, I wouldn't love a piece of meat quite as much as I love Perry. So fine, you guys, what is going on with this idiot? What was with him? It all gets worked out now. The 13 stand. Probably started watching because of 13. What, 7 of them? Is super nice. Look at that. No, you're not. You're not super nice, okay? This is clearly how you identify. You're probably a 13-year-old and you think you're being subtle, but you're a 13-year-old. Look at this nonsense. Like to live in 2, shit 13 and Yaz, because it's the bestest ever, is fine with Chibnall, and also excruciatingly bad writing. Has a Tumblr blog or huge Instagram account. Very disconnected from the rest of the fan base and reality, right? So the guy who posted this didn't really go down well. It's got quite a big account. William Who. I thought William Who was Mr. Trilby, but somebody told me what I don't know. I don't really understand the whole need to like hide behind avatars, but that's what most people do. Somebody comes in and says, I don't like how you put labels on people, and it's really dumb labels, and divides the fandom. Honestly, it's just annoying. And expanded media isn't even mentioned. So the guy goes, I don't put labels on people except NMDs, which I think I am, right? NMDs, they're evil! What about people who liked Brexit? Do you want to label them? Oh, yes! What about Trump supporters? Oh, big label. Yeah, I think you put a label on a few people. Okay. I just found this image funny because I got to laugh at people I don't like, which is what I think is humor. Because it's accurate in some ways. I didn't see any. And also inaccurate in others because it's a joke. It wasn't. It was a spiteful bit of hatred. I didn't make it, but it's clearly intended as a joke. No, it's clearly intended to make one person feel better better about himself than everybody else. That's the clear intention of it, right? And then the great Alan Barnes. The great Alan Barnes comes in. Alan Barnes, always a reliable writer. Basically, if you see Alan Barnes' name or something, you can basically relax it. No, it's not going to be garbage. There's a 6 types of Doctor Who fan thing doing the rounds, and I couldn't hate it more. Why? Because you're a grown-up with intelligence. We're supposed to be the clever people. Well, that's the problem. And I really think that's the problem with the current era of Doctor Who. It's not very clever, right? It doesn't appeal to clever people. So you get a lot of dumb people not liking being around clever people. We're supposed to be clear. Why are we trying to find ways to divide ourselves again? We're not. It's just this little tiny fragment, right? Spare us the internet tribalism rubbish. It does no one any good. You're right. And then he says, but of course they would say that I would say that as an evil gatekeeper, which is how, again, they put the most ridiculous labels on you for just not being like them, right? It's like Ian Cheston, a dislike of the unlike. That is the best way to describe the I will say fans of this era, but I think the activists who have taken upon this era is a better description. So there you go, bit of news flying around. It's always crazy, always crazy. My name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.